Boom, 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 boom. You, how we doing out there? Boom, 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 boom. Mm. Yeah. Bring it over the top. Tippy, all my peoples. Why that's taking forever to post. Oh, this gonna be a good one, man. This is gonna be a good show. How we doing? Yo, talk to me in the chat. Let me know you out there, man. Share this thing. And let me get some likes. Why is that even over there? Why haven't this posted? That post. It did not. I got 5 in the chat. Y'all talk to me out there, world. We about to get this thing popping. Give me a like. Try this again. There we go. Come on, come on. They stuck. They jumping in and jumping out. If he put a plug in the body count. All right. I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. Trying to wait on the homie. Trying to wait on the homie. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and hop into it. Let's go. Yo, welcome back. This is Blues House Live. I'm your host, Bluminati, man. Where we bring you that good blurred entertainment news. You know how I do it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. I got stuck. Man. This show does not run without you guys. I appreciate all participation. If you can participate, leave your comments, leave your likes, all that good stuff, man. This show does not run without you guys. So with that being said, where am I at here? Yeah, with that being said, man, I really appreciate y'all. Like I said, was trying to wait on the homie Kobe. He said he hurt his back, so he might be coming in a little later. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. Jump into some stuff. Who hit me? Okay. So yeah, Kobe just hit me, said, man, he in pain, man. So all right. Jump on into these comments, my guy. I know you still gonna be with me. Let's get it. So what do we want to talk about today in blues? You know what I need? I wonder if I could download that. That's dope. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try something, y'all. Probably a little bit later. I'll upload a little bit later. Now that I see something that I like, you know what I mean? But where am I at? Oh yeah. Okay. I'm tripping. So today, or let's just hop into it. Mortal Kombat sequel might be going strictly to HBO Max. That's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing necessarily, man. It going strictly to HBO Max. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I don't think the budget was fully for me. I don't think the budget was fully all the way there for it to be a tentpole blockbuster film. It had its moments, not the best, but it had its moments. Some people like the old Mortal Kombat movie better than this movie. I kind of like this better than, or I ain't gonna say I like it better. It changed with the times. You know what I'm saying? But so this is coming from Murphy's Multiverse. It says Mortal Kombat sequel could become an HBO Max exclusive. 2021 was an interesting year for Warner Brothers. They tested out their new strategy of releasing films in the theaters and their HBO Max streaming services, including the likes of Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, and recently the Suicide Squad. We sadly have little insight on how these projects perform on the streaming service. It's a hot debate topic, as the usual box office performances aren't the best metric to get a feel of the project's success. And that was something I was talking about yesterday, right? Like, how can we really base the metrics of what's successful for these films now? We really don't get a chance to really tangibly see that due with the box office, with everything that's going on with the pandemic, China not being a player. You know what I'm saying? That's none of these movies have released in China. None of these tentpole films have released in China. One of the surprises is how well Mortal Kombat seems to be performing on the streaming service. The gaming adaptation is reportedly the best performing weekend release on the service, and according to the analyst Samba TV, it's also dominated the second quarter in U.S. households with 6 million watching it on the service. It was far ahead of Those Who Wish Me Dead, Disney Plus's Cruella, or The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. It's crazy. I need to get in contact with Samba TV. I would like to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Seems like, are they the new Nielsen ratings? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So reportedly, the Suicide Squad took the second spot of the most watched film on the streaming service, which might hint at a strong performance for an R-rated project. It also performed decently during the first recovery months of the box office, as it took the top spot with 22.5 million. That ain't nothing to laugh at, man. That's really not nothing to laugh at, especially with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, not a lot of people going to the theaters. Yet its streaming dominance could be an indicator for the Warner Brothers to build upon the success and release a sequel for HBO Max exclusively. And the more they say that, I'm kind of with that. There still has been no official renewal for a sequel, but it seems likely, as any film currently faces box office troubles during the pandemic. Still, we know the service is looking into creating exclusive films for the service-based done DC properties. Batgirl, Blue Beetle, etc. are already confirmed. It wouldn't be too surprised if they consider adding Mortal Kombat to that list. Perhaps they even explore a TV series instead, to giving many characters more character. And that works. I mean, the thing is, it worked better. This worked better to me, or would have worked better as a TV show. It would have worked better as a TV show, or being strictly on said streaming service. I think it would have worked better. But you know, we'll see what HBO Max does, or what Warner Brothers want to do with a sequel. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. This was something I just wanted to speak on, you know what I'm saying, and talk about, because it's Mortal Kombat. Who don't like Mortal Kombat? I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. Grew up watching the movies, the cartoon, even the little YouTube series that came out. So I want Mortal Kombat to win. You know what I'm saying? I think it deserves to be one of a big franchise, even though it's a video game. And I know video game franchises don't necessarily survive in theaters and stuff like that. But I think it's one of those franchises that could see financial returns. How about that? Just like Tomb Raider, right? Tomb Raider, I think it's getting a sequel from this latest one that just came out. Financial returns, man. I think it does well. So next up, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Do y'all think it should go strictly to HBO Max, or do you think it should be in the theater still? Y'all let me know. So now, what I want to flip gears to, go on over to Marvel, is what if and expectations. Now, I'm not necessarily, how can I say it? I'm not looking forward to what if. What if it really, it's not making me want to go out and see it, or it's I don't know. I don't get a warm and fuzzy with what if. You know what I'm saying? It could be fun. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's got some decent elements in it. I like the T'Challa element. I like that we're getting Chadwick Boseman playing T'Challa. If anything, this shows that it's not about the mantle, because everybody keeps talking about when it comes to recasting, it's not about the mantle. It's about T'Challa. T'Challa is the most important piece when it comes to the Black Panther mythos. Not who's playing, not who's Black Panther. Shuri could be Black Panther. Killmonger could be Black Panther one day. You know what I'm saying? But T'Challa is always the constant. That's what people have to understand, and that's the reason why we yell recast T'Challa. He's way too important for Marvel going forward, and you're just going to miss out on an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to really tell a great story. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into what if. This is a review done by Gizmodo. It says, imagine something more, the Disney Plus series What If. It's Marvel Studios' first animated project and its most ambitious Phase 4 entry yet. So yeah, this is gonna be Phase 4, man. This is canon. This is canon for those who not really understanding it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? This is canon. So Though all of Marvel's newer live action shows were presented as stories that viewers could, in theory, watch without being deeply familiar with every detail from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the studio's comic book adaptations have become increasingly harder to just jump into in the build-up of Phase 4. That first, I don't know, it's kind of, I still think it's easy to jump into myself. The Disney Plus animated What If, Marvel's latest series and its first animated MCU project, understands this well. What If is an anthology of tales set in the infinite alternate timelines of the MCU's new multiverse. I hate that they take timelines and universes and put them together. I really hate that. You know what I'm saying? It's confusing. I just hate that. It is arguably the most out there Marvel Phase 4 offering that's a result of its high conceptuality and sheer number of wow moments, which are better thought of as important narrative details than mere Easter eggs. While the significance of What If's meta narrative is certainly clear, the more familiar you are with the rest of the MCU, each of the episodes are crafted in such a way that an encyclopedic understanding of the canon isn't really all that necessary. What If understands that by this point, you probably know who the Avengers are and their foes are, all in a general sense, just enough to make the watchers guided tour through the multiverse all you need to do to dive in. I guess, right? You know what I'm saying? I guess with the watcher, stuff like that. What If eases you into a multiverse with a number of episodes that cleave close enough to the beats of movies like Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy to feel comfortably familiar, but not as much so that it feels as if head writer AC Bradley simply swapped characters around. Tonally and thematically different of each episode is what became clear as you watch them is how What If puts the bulk of its energy into altering the context that its characters exist within rather than the character themselves. It's a long article, man. Basically, how I'm looking at it, and I wish I had the homie Kobe with me. Thor: The Dark World, best MCU movie. The way that I'm looking at it, what's up, Grand Theft Los Autos? How you been, man? How you been? I'm glad you can make the stream. How I'm looking at it with this What If, you're gonna get some stories. I think Kobe said it. He said these are throwaways. Not necessarily throwaway stories. These are stories that they didn't have the budget for, or didn't want to put the budget towards these stories to try to tell. We got Peggy Carter as Captain Carter. I think they want to bring her character back so bad. You know what I'm saying? You got T'Challa as Star-Lord in this different timeline, this different universe. I guess Yondo finds him. I want to see how that is kind of intriguing, because I want to see how he ends up being Star-Lord instead of Star-Lord. You got some other stuff, man. I'm just not. I'm gonna stay up and watch it and see what's good. I'm hearing some good stuff. I will say that. I'm hearing some good stuff. You got a Nick Fury episode, I want to say. Who else? Gamora as looks like she's dressed up as Thanos. Like, it's some interesting things. I just don't know if I just don't know if it's pulling me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know if it's pulling me, because it's just not pulling me, man. Let me get back into this. It says, what is Peggy Carter? I talked about that. T'Challa and Nick Fury all look, sound, and act like their live action counterparts, because this series leans into the idea of having them being mythic concepts who time and time again find their lives intersecting in different ways. So basically they're saying no matter what throughout the timeline, these people right here, they're gonna be important no matter what. In terms of cameos and the number of actors who reprise their big screen roles, What If has the rest of Disney Plus shows beat by a mile and then some. It's all made the more interesting by the fact that the tales are part of MCU's ever-growing canon. For figures who've been taken off the map by recent events like T'Challa and Black Widow, What If plays like another chance to see them in their prime. What do you mean taken off the map? So T'Challa, he's not going. How can they say taken off the map? We don't even know what's going on in Black Panther 2. I don't like that. it's like they're prematurely getting rid of a character that they don't have to. Like, you don't have to write this character off. You don't do it. Don't do it. What If plays like another chance to see them in their prime, but for others like Captain Carter and Doctor Strange, it comes across as an earnest question about what the future holds for these characters, or at least their variants in the grander scheme of the MCU. The animated series examination of certain fine details, what Loki's TVA will consider Nexus event, shows you just how much there is to the multiverse now that it's in play. But the multiverse is really only the backdrop to What If characters, to What If's character-focused stories, all of which spotlighted stars with a grandeur that would be difficult to pull off outside of animation. And that's what I mean. Like, this stuff, the magnitude of the things you can do with animation, it's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Real crazy. So they're going to be doing some things that you wouldn't see these characters normally do, because it doesn't translate on film well. You understand what I'm saying? Because each episodes tell complete stories that clock around 40 minutes or so. The plots move with the swiftness that's punctuated by splashy, action-heavy set pieces that will feel at home in a comic book. However, in terms of What If's overall quality of storytelling, your mileage may vary depending on your feelings about the characters and the places being spotlighted in each episode. Because many of What If characters feel like slight deviations from their MCU counterparts, it's the episodes that spend more time in generally unexplored areas of the multiverse that shine the brightest. The questions raised by What If's first couple of episodes aren't exactly what if Peggy became Captain America, or what if T'Challa became Star-Lord, but rather what kind of heroes might these people become if destiny pulled them to the front lines of war on Earth or in space. Other episodes, like those about alternate versions of the MCU's original core Avengers, fare slightly less better, if only because we've already seen so much of them that their appearances here feel a bit like throwbacks. Though it feels inevitable that What If will eventually play into the live action space in a direct way, what's exciting about the show is how Marvel seems keen on keeping it around for at least one more season. Regardless of what goes down with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, What If exists in a space of pure possibility where basically anything could be on the table and explored from a variety of angles. There doesn't seem to be any one right way to watch What If, which might make it one of the easiest Disney Plus Marvel shows for newcomers to try, but it also makes the sort of endeavor one can easily imagine Marvel plans to keep going well beyond the near future. What If hits on Disney Plus August 11th. That's tomorrow. Those who want to stay up can stay up and watch it. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but you know what I'm saying? I know what its problem is with why I have a problem with What If. I just really thought about, after reading that long article, I just thought about what my problem with What If is. There's no stakes. There's no stakes in this. This is just going to be a fun and you know, so I'm gonna take it as that. There's no stakes. This is just something fun, something cool to do. The only person I see coming out this alive or making a transition to live action probably is Captain Carter, Peggy Carter, in some form or fashion. It might not necessarily be Captain Carter, but they're bringing Peggy Carter back to the MCU. That's full, you know what I'm saying, full live action. That's what I think. But yeah, that's my issue. That's my problem right there. There's no stakes. It's not giving me anything to really care about. It's not really giving me nothing to care about. Why should I even really care about this movie? Yeah, it might be canon, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? Different timelines. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's different timelines. So we'll see. I'm gonna check it out because that's what I do. I'm gonna check it out and I'm gonna bring you guys my review of it. I don't know if I want to do like a whole season review or if I want to do episode by episode, but we're gonna be talking about this. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about this tomorrow. Hopefully I have Kobe to come on and we'll talk about this tomorrow, man. So yeah, that's What If. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What are y'all expectations for What If? Are you guys, do you feel that this is gonna be something good? that it matters. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Does this even matter to you? Does what if matter to you? Because tell you the truth, it really does not matter to me, man. It's just a throwaway. That's how I look at it. What if it's just a throwaway to me? So y'all let me know what y'all think. What if and its expectations. Let's go on to the next. Let's talk about, now this is something that's crazy to me. This is crazy to me. They've been talking about it all day long today. Marvel and DC not paying. That's crazy. Not paying their creators, man. How do you, why would you not pay your creators? DC, Marvel, the people who've given you all this fine content, this fine substance that you pull from and make billions of dollars from. And you can't pay? You can't pay? Nah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool whatsoever. This is coming from AV Club. It says Marvel and DC allegedly continuing industry tradition of not paying its creators. According to The Guardian, it's common practice for creators to get $5,000 and a premiere invite for movies that gross billions or nothing at all. So they'll get either $5,000 an invite to the premiere or nothing. And these movies gross billions of dollars, man. Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And you giving me $5,000 and a movie ticket? That's it? From Al Jeffy to Jared Siegel and Joel Shuster, there's no short of a comics artists, creators, and writers getting screwed by publishers. Pretty much as soon as the likes of Marvel and DC realized that they could cheat creators out of money, they began doing so. And according to a new report by The Guardian, the big two are still playing the hits, preventing creators like Ed Brubaker and Jim Starling from reaping the benefits of introducing the world to the likes of the Winter Soldier and Thanos, though ridiculous contract agreements and pitiful bonuses. So you got people bringing you Thanos, Winter Soldier, and you not paying them, and you making all this money, and you're not paying these guys, man. That ain't cool. In a recent newsletter, Brubaker, who was already not feeling great about Winter Soldier TV show, lamented that about being so closely related to the world of the Winter Soldier while being left out of the part that puts food on the table, the money. He says, for the most part, all co-creator Steve Epting and I have got for creating the Winter Soldier and his storyline is a thanks here or there, and over the years, that's become harder and harder to live with, Brubaker wrote. I have a great life as a writer, and much of it because of Cap and Winter Soldier, bringing so many readers to my work. But I also can't deny feeling a bit sick to my stomach sometimes when my inbox fills up with people wanting comments on the show. The Guardian goes in to explain that according to multiple sources, when a writer or artist's work features preeminently in a Marvel film, the company's practice is to send the creator an invitation to the premiere and a check for $5,000. $5,000, my people. $5,000. This is one option. Several sources say that they would also receive nothing or rare special character contract, which allows creators to claim payment when their characters or storylines are used. One anonymous Marvel creator said, I've been offered a special character contract that was really, really terrible, but it was that or nothing. And then instead of honoring it, they send a thank you note and are like, here's some money we don't owe you. Here's some money we don't owe you. And it's $5,000. And you're like, the movie made $1 billion. $1 billion. That's wild, man. Reading this, I just feel bad. Like, I don't even know what they could really do, man. How do you, sometimes even actions that should amount to polite business dealings, such as the invitation to premiere, slip through the cracks. The Guardian's report, Brubaker and Epton showed up for the Captain America The Winter Soldier film, very much indebted to the Captain America run, premiere party, and Tuxes, only to find out they weren't on the list. Damn, not even on the list. Not even on the list, man. Sebastian Stan, who plays the character they created, had to get them in. The Guardian. Oh, man. Do you know? This is bad. The Guardian explains how these contracts work. Comic creators are work for hire. True. So the companies they work for owe them nothing beyond a flat fee and royalty payments. Right. But Marvel and DC also incentivize popular creators to stay on with the promise of steady work and what they call equity in a tiny share of profits. So the character they create or storyline they write. Here come the yawns. A tiny book they create or storyline they write become fodder for films, shows, or merch. For some creators, work they did decades ago is providing vital income now as films bring their comics to a bigger audience. The reason, and the company seem to agree, is only fair to pay them more. DC has a boilerplate internal contract, which the Guardian has seen, which guarantees payments to creators when their characters are used. Marvel's contract is similar, according to two sources, with knowledge of them, but harder to find. Some Marvel creators did not know they existed. So it's like they just withholding the money, withholding the bag. DC, Marvel, what y'all doing? The whole report is very much worth reading as it breaks down the fraught history between the people who create comic book characters and the companies that profit off these creations. Man. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild. Let me give you my take. We're breaking into a new world. Streaming, right? New world of streaming. What Marvel and DC is basically doing is they're repurposing content. Just like me as a YouTuber, and all the other creators, YouTube creators out there, how we take a video that we made and then we chop it up, redistribute it, repurpose it for whatever. This is exactly what DC and Marvel Studios are doing. Now, these creators, they all work for hire. That's absolutely true. Work for hire. You come in, you do your work. You know what I'm saying? I pay you this fee, and boom, you're gone. It's gonna be with this getting out. It's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be hard, but DC and Marvel, I'm pretty sure people are gonna start coming to the table and looking for those contracts. They're gonna start looking for those contracts. Where are these contracts that say I get royalties? Where are these contracts that say I get paid on the back end? And why shouldn't you? I mean, to me, this reminds me of the music industry, right? The record label, Marvel, DC, they own the record, right? You basically, they own the masters. They own your masters. You figure out a way to where you still get a percentage, right? If you're coming in doing something like this, because you're working for one, for the big two. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Our name is big. I'm Marvel. You come work for me, people gonna know who you are. I'm DC. You come work for me, people gonna know who you are. So yeah, I think they are owed something. These creators, they need equity. They need something in the back end. I don't understand why Jim Starlin can't get paid for what he did with Thanos. Do you know how huge Thanos is in all of these Marvel comics that's coming up? Thanos is in the Eternals comic. Might show up in the Eternals movie. Thanos was just in the Avengers movie, Endgame, one of the highest selling movies of all time, if not the second highest right now. So it's like, pay these people their money, man. Pay these people their money, man. It's only right. It's only right. You got the streaming service. Y'all gonna be making money hand over fist with these streaming services. Once Warner Brothers really figure out what to do with HBO Max, I say they need to rebrand HBO. Just call it Max or Warner Max. Just call it Warner Max. Rebrand that shit. But once they figure out how much money they can make and how to get it up and running. Disney is already killing the game in the streaming. Pay these people, man. Pay them. Give them a couple points. Give them a couple points. Y'all know Winter Soldier was huge. Y'all know whoever came up, who wrote Civil War, whoever wrote Civil War, pay that man. Whoever wrote House of M, pay that person. Whoever created some of these characters, pay these people. Pay your creators. It's only gonna work out for you in the long run. Because when people find out that you're not paying your creators, the creators don't show up. That's why a lot of people love going over the Image or just love doing indie stuff. And they're like, I don't have to get big. I come over here, I do this indie stuff, boom. Robert Kirkman, all his stuff is blown up for the most part. Pay these people, man. Pay them. Pay them, pay them, pay them. You know? That's crazy to me, man. That is, I don't even know who this artist is, but Thanos, Winter Soldier, Venom. Like Tommy McFarlane should get paid for Venom. I think he helped create. I think he was a co-creator and somebody else. They should get paid for that. Whoever came up with Harley Quinn, I can't remember who it is. One of the greatest creations DC has seen. Harley Quinn. I hope they paying that person. I think it was a female too. Pay her. Pay her coins, man. King Shark is real popular right now. Who created King Shark? Pay him or her. You can't do that with your creators, man. You can't leave them out in the cold like that. Cannot leave them out in the cold like that. Pay them, pay them, pay them. Gonna be a short stream. Let's get into these comments, man. Let's get into these comments. I don't even know if it's a lot of comments or not. Pay them. Pay them. That's gonna be a that's gonna end up being a meme or something like that. Pay them, pay them, pay them. Where we at? Comments. Grand Theft Los Auto says Thor: The Dark World, the best MCU movie. You know what? I a lot of people didn't like Thor: Dark World. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good for the time being. But no, not the best. It was good, but not the best. Not the best, not the best. Let me see. I think they're making Multiverse as a cartoon-based series because doing multiverse movies take the world they spent so long creating like it's nothing or the characters we have grown with. And do you think it's necessary for them to have a 7-minute end credit? They have a 7-minute end credit? How can I answer this? Making the multiverse a cartoon, it makes sense because it's a lot of stories that I can tell. And that's why it's an anthology also. A lot of stories I can tell that don't necessarily connect. It's cheap. Don't have to worry about paying all these special effects people, stuff like that. But for me, like you said, they spent a lot of time creating the world that they created, this Avengers world, this MCU universe. You know what I'm saying? They spent a lot of time with that. So to me, for them to just it just has no, for me, it has no stakes. Has no stakes. This show didn't have to come out. It doesn't have to come out. They can keep it and we'll be just fine. Yeah, some cool things, but it's animation, right? So it's, of course, there's some cool things, but yeah, they could keep it. They can really keep it. I don't have to see this. So to answer your question, no, they don't need a 7-minute end credit scene. They just need to make like they need to show me why I need to watch this series, why I need to watch this cartoon. They need to show it from the top. Soon as I press play, they need to show the stakes. Soon as I press play, they need to show me how hard it is, or how bad it's gotten in the multiverse. Kang, Loki, TVA, all of that stuff needs to play a part. Back yawning again. Back yawning. So yeah, Grand Theft. I'm trying not to go on a rant. Really trying not to go on a rant, man. He says, I get a really bad feeling Wakanda Forever is going to be a different timeline. And you know what? I would love for it to be a different timeline. And you know, now that you said that, ooh. That might be a good thing. I didn't even think about that. I did not think about that. But that might be one of the best ideas I've actually heard when dealing with Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. If it's a different timeline, I'm gonna have to write that one down, man. You might be on to something. That would be an ambitious move by Marvel and Kevin Feige. Different timeline. Because think about it. Let's break down the synopsis of what's going on with, let's just stick into the Black Panther universe. They just opened up Wakanda to the world. T'Challa had disappeared for 5 years, came back, due to the snap. We don't know what the hell is going on in Wakanda right now. Everybody keep on talking about, make sure it is, or bring him Baku and make him the Black Panther, or just get Killmonger. We don't it's a big gap of time that's happened, and we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on. So for you to say it being a different timeline, I'm not. That makes me feel better, and I would look forward to that. I would look forward to them telling that story and how it would connect to our timeline. Now you're talking. Now you get me intrigued. Not that what if stuff. That what if stuff is not really intriguing me. But you saying Wakanda Forever on a different timeline, I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued. Kobe, what's up, my guy? Glad to see you on here, man. Do you think that's the case with all the leaks? What you mean? What leaks, Kobe? You talking about like the Spider-Man leaks with the different timelines and stuff? Yeah, but okay. What we got? What if? Like I said, if they have stakes, and what if is actually turning the MCU Prime universe upside down, inside out, that would make for a good show. Mcron crystal. I don't know how many people know about the Mcron crystal. Different, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll make me intrigued to watch it. Right now, there's just a bunch of stories about people not making me, because I guess I've been spoiled by this connective tissue, so to speak. To me, everything has to connect. So have Michael B. Jordan as the Black Panther and Chadwick's character as the Killmonger. Oh, you want it like a flip-flop? You can do that. I guess you can say, what I'm saying, him being the cousin, and I guess if T'Challa isn't there, he will have rightful stake to the throne. I can see that in a what if situation, in a different timeline situation. I can see that happening, but I think it takes away from the character of Killmonger. He did so good as a villain. His story was simplified not in a bad way, but you know what I'm saying, to where we understood his plight, we understood his motivation. He passed on, he died, and that's it. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it could have been way bigger, but him dying meant something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a throwaway death. It actually meant something. A lot of these other MCU villains, they just died, don't really mean nothing. I think that the reason why Black Panther was so good was the stakes inside the movie and outside the movie. That's what made Black Panther so good. Kobe is saying Black Panther 2. The leaks of Black Panther. I mean, I know it's been leaks, but I haven't really heard a lot of leaks. Other than, you know, some speculation about what's her name? Letitia Wright maybe being fired, and Michaela Cohn coming in and taking over for that role, or just Michaela coming in with the whole new character, so to speak. But yeah, what leaks, man? I ain't really seen no leaks for Black Panther 2. I've you know, a lot of people been interviewed. What's the white guy's name? I can't think of his name when they interviewed him, but I haven't really seen no. I'm gonna have to check that out. Black Panther 2 leaks. Was that on Reddit? Maybe I missed that one. Okay, this just happened 7 days ago. Says Black Panther 2 leaks may confirm a huge anti-hero rumor. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Great Unknown, cinematic after tragic loss Chadwick, blah 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 blah. Who is that? Rumors persist that Atlantis will be introduced to MCU. Doctor Strange, multitude of madness. Lists actress Jennifer Molina as Gargantos, a giant octopus henchman to one of Namor's rivals. Scoop site the Illuminati also recently claimed Narcos Mexico star Tenoch Huerta has been cast as Namor. I don't know if that's a leak though, but yeah, send me some leaks. He says the throne room video with the okay, yeah. No, I saw that. You don't have to send that link. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a clever way to, you know what I'm saying, honor Chad and thank him for everything that he did, breathing life into that character, whatever, or if Grand Theft Auto's theory holds up, maybe this is a whole, you know what I'm saying? If it's a whole new universe, I'm cool with it. If it's all or timeline or whatever we're calling it, I'm cool with it, man. But like I said, I don't want to, and we talked about this earlier, Kobe. Marvel seems to be all over the place, right? they I don't want them to fall into DC's into how DC is doing things right now, and I see them maybe shifting over there. I do think that the castle ain't on fire, but it's smoke. It's smoke coming from the castle right now over there at Feige Land. You know what I mean? Where am I at? Where am I at? Grand Theft says I'm kind of annoyed with Sony Marvel with Spider-Man suit is not even comic accurate anymore for Far From Home, and I hope they give him his red and blue. Yeah, it's a lot of people upset. I actually like the gold and black one, gold, black, and blue, or however it looks. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever seen a Grand Theft Spider-Man Unlimited. It reminds me of that, man. We spoke on that the other day. But yeah, nothing's like that classic Spidey suit, right? Nothing's like it. If we do get all three Spider-Man, hopefully we get all three, you know, classic suits. Respective Spider-Man and their suits or whatever. I'm with you, man. But we'll probably see the movie before the trailer comes out. What, you know what'd be crazy? What if as you go to the movie theater to sit there and watch Spider-Man and they roll the trailer? What if they roll the trailer at the beginning of you sitting there popcorn in the hand, drink in the hand, waiting on Spider-Man No Way Home to start, and they roll that trailer, man. That would be funny. That'd be one of the greatest trolls of all time, I think. One of the greatest trolls of all time. And what if they treated it like kind of like an end credits or a post credit scene? You know what? I might be on to something, man. I might be on to something. Let's do a post credit scene. No, a pre credit scene disguised as a trailer. There you go. That's what would happen. Jacoby says it would be ballsy to go in with no trailer, but I would be okay with it. Yeah, they might just do that, man. They might just go in, no trailer, say, fuck it, we giving y'all this movie. Here you go, enjoy. They might just do that. And I'm here for it too. I am here for it too. Why not? Excuse me. Why not do it like that? You know what I mean? And I don't even know if it'll be I don't even know if it'll be ballsy. You know what I'm saying? Would it really be ballsy? We showing up. We showing up to watch them. Think the first two movies are trailers. That's the trailer. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. The first two movies are the trailers for the third film. Do you really need a trailer to go and watch this movie? Nobody's like, I need to see a trailer. I don't know. So I don't think it'll be ballsy, Kobe. I think it'll be new. It'll be new. But I don't. The more I think about it, necessarily, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be ballsy, man. I don't know if it'll be ballsy. We going to see it. I don't know. Grand Theft out here with the troll. He says, I heard Ben Stiller is joining the MCU. Who could he play? Who could Ben Stiller play in the MCU role? What if he did something totally opposite of what he normally does? Long as he don't go full retard, we're good, right? Tropic Thunder, man. That's a Tropic Thunder reference. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's coming. He's coming in as Zoolander. Or why you playing? Nah, I ain't even gonna go there. As Zoolander. But nah, like it's some people who could join the MCU, especially once they bring the mutants in. I say once the mutants start happening, we get some X-Men things going on. You can start getting goofy, or not. Let me not say goofy. You can bring some actors in who might be a little bit goofy to play certain roles. You know what I'm saying? Just as obscure ancillary mutants. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. It'll work. It will most def work. Like if you brought in Lady Gaga to play Dazzler. Let me see. Because Dazzler's not big, right? She's more of a nostalgic thing that happened back then. Not the greatest character, but you know, who else could you do? You can do. I'm trying to think who would fit. Because you saying that Ben Stiller kind of got me laughing, man. That's crazy. But give me a couple more comments, man. Oh, Blur's Eye View. Hey, man. Appreciate you coming to the show, Blur's Eye View. He says Ben Stiller could play someone from Roxanne Corp or a senator for a mutant. You know what? He could actually play the Minotaur from Roxanne. He could what's I can't think of his name right now. And think of his name. And hey, Blur's Eye View. I really appreciate you coming in. Dario Agger. He could play Dario Agger, the Minotaur from Roxanne, who is in charge. I think you know what? Bruh, you did that. He can do that. and then you know what I'm saying, with the CGI, him being the Minotaur, and he doesn't have to be a main villain or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't even have to be the Minotaur. He could just be in regular, you know what I'm saying, him being his human form instead of him transforming to the Minotaur. That's a good one. That's a good one. Or senator for he could be a senator for the mutants. He could play Trask, Bolivar Trask, who was played by Peter Dinklage in the X-Men films, Fox films. He can do that. Will do. I saw y'all did y'all. I think y'all went live tonight. I had to get ready for my live, but I will go back and check the replay, man. I will go back and check the replay. I see you responded on my IG, and I'm gonna get in contact with you. Get in contact with you. Jim Carrey's MODOK. I think we should keep the guy who's playing MODOK now. I think he does he's a good MODOK, but yeah, Jim Carrey would actually, I think he could play MODOK. Well, his face is kind of slim though, you know what I'm saying? But I could see him doing MODOK, even the voice and everything. Jim, you know what I'm saying? Jim Carrey, if he wants to do it, I think he can do it. I think lately he's not really been in that mood, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I take like Bolivar Trask. I think he can be Trask. I really think that'd be dope with him being Trask. But I like your Roxxon Corporation even better. Him playing Dario Agger. I like him playing Dario Agger even better, man. Yeah, Patton Oswalt. Yeah, I like Patton Oswalt too as MODOK, man. I think he does a phenomenal job. If you haven't seen it, go to Hulu and watch the MODOK series, man. Real. A lot of people say that they couldn't do it. That's, to me, that's Marvel's first R-rated venture. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding. Yeah, it's up there. It's a little bit over the top too, man. I like that. Jim Carrey as Mr. Sinister. Yeah. Ooh. Jim Carrey is Mr. Sinister. Ooh, and the way they've been, I mean, I guess they kind of been writing him like that for a long time, but kind of the flamboyant Mr. Sinister, a whole bunch of different clones. Ooh, him getting to play different Sinister, that would be dope. Kobe, you own to something, my guy. Jim Carrey is Mr. Sinister. I can see that. I think that'll work. I think that'll really work. Yep. Yeah, Patton. Yeah, it is funny as hell, man. That show is real good. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I think everybody would enjoy it if you're a fan of Marvel. It's a dope show, man. It's got a lot of rewatchability to it. It's a real dope. I'm surprised it doesn't get talked about as much. You know what I'm saying? I'm really surprised it doesn't. I don't know if a lot of people don't know if it's even playing or it's there, but Marvel need to be pushing that, man. Give me a season 2. That's where I think Grand Theft just be trolling, man. Zac Efron, he could play somebody. He's too short, because I was just about to say maybe Scott Summers, Cyclops, but he's a little too short. Kid, well, he ain't no kid. I was gonna say like Kid Cable. Who could he play? We over here trying to fan cast and stuff. Zac Efron. Who could Zac Efron play? He's not the best actor. I don't even know if I want him to play anybody. What y'all think? Who could Zac Efron play? Nate Gray. Yeah, I was thinking Nate Gray. Yeah, Nate Gray. X-Men. I said Cyclops too, Kobe, but I think he's too short. I think he's too short. I really think he's too short. Nate Gray could work. I could see him being, especially if they did the Age of Apocalypse actual storyline with the time, especially we got the multiverse. That, you know what? let me backtrack to What If again. Now that Blur brought up Nate Gray. I said I don't know if Blur's Eye View was on here. I'm really not into this What If show that's coming up. I know a lot of people are, but if they gave me, I don't care if it was just a glimpse of like the Age of Apocalypse timeline. Oh man, that I'll lose my mind. I would literally lose my mind if they just show me a glimpse of the, you know what I'm saying, the possibility of that even happening. To me, this would be the opportune time, and I think Kobe said this. This would be the opportune time to introduce mutants, to just throw it out there, man. And maybe they will, but to me, this would be the opportune time. Use What If to throw the mutants in. You know what I'm saying? Michael Chiklis is Hammerhead. He didn't do a bad job as the Thing. He could work as Hammerhead. Who else could he do? I think he'll make a bomb ass Rhino. I think he will work as Rhino. I think Michael Chiklis will work as Rhino. Yeah. Yeah, they say it's gonna be canon. But I don't. How many Blurred? Let me ask you this, Blurs. What's the stakes with What If? What are the stakes? You see what I'm saying? Like, we're watching these different timelines or multiverses because it's still a toss up between what we're talking about. So we're watching these different timelines. I know for a fact that this is a way for them to bring Peggy Carter back into the 616 proper or whatever. What's the stakes for this? Are we just watching stories and then on to Hawkeye and on to Miss Marvel? What are the stakes? You see what I'm saying? Like, what will actually change because of What If in the MCU proper? What will actually change in the What If? You know what I'm saying? Due to the events that occur in What If. I guess that's the feeling that I'm having. You see what I'm saying? That's the feeling that I'm having. So if we can figure out or if they can convey a real good reason why I need to really be attached to this show, then I'll rock with it. But I just don't see the stakes. And yeah, Chiklis, that's what I'm saying. I think Chiklis is Rhino. I think that'd be dope. I think him as Rhino would be real good. Real good. Let me see. I'm gonna take a couple more and I'm gonna wrap it up. It says, I believe they will drop breadcrumbs that will have an effect on the live action. Yeah, but I don't disagree. I guess I'm trying to figure out how are the breadcrumbs going to be dropped? Like I said, I think Peggy Carter, she's making her way out of her universe into the main universe. I think that's happening. But that's the only character that I see making that transition. I don't see Star-Lord T'Challa making that transition. I don't see who else they switched over. I don't see any of those. Maybe that Gamora. You know what? Maybe that Gamora is Thanos. Since we already have a duplicate Gamora in the MCU, if this duplicate Gamora in the MCU Prime ends up taking over Thanos's persona, so to speak, I think that'd be dope. If that's if that's one of the breadcrumbs you talk about, I think that works. He says, hell, there's still breadcrumbs that everyone missed in the live action shows and films. Yeah, that's one thing I like about what Marvel does. Easter eggs everywhere, right? Easter eggs, breadcrumbs. It's I think they sometimes do plot holes on purpose just so they can go back, you know what I'm saying, and fill them up. So yeah, I think I agree. Like I said, I agree with you. It's just I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, why do I need to watch this show? Bryan Cranston the role. Bryan Cranston. Who could Bryan Cranston play? I don't know. Let me think on that. Bryan Cranston. I see him like we said earlier as a senator or something like that. Not like any kind of you know what? He don't have the hair, but I think he could be I think he could play a bomb ass Norman Osborn. He just doesn't have the hair. Or who else? Who else? Galactus. He says Galactus. Okay. Blur's I said may come from Doctor Strange story of What If. Isn't from my understanding, his story is him being a disciple of Dormammu. And I don't know what implications that would play. I think he ends up fighting the Ancient One or something like that in his episode of What If. But I mean, my whole thing is I'm not gonna dismiss I'm not gonna dismiss it. But I just don't want Marvel to get in too deep and over their heads with this. I'm trusting Marvel. They ain't necessarily let me down yet, but I just don't want them to get way, in too deep with this. Look at Natasha's vest in Endgame, not a big breadcrumb, but now we know where when people were dusted the Infinity War, the way she grabbed her vest, she was thinking of Yolanda. Yeah. I saw a couple weeks back, I saw people made the correlation. I ain't even think about it. Even when I watched Black Widow. That vest, her having that vest never even crossed my mind, man. It never even crossed my mind. When I watched Black Widow, her, Yelena giving her that vest, it didn't cross my mind to, damn, that's the vest she was wearing in Endgame. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a deep, that's a deep breadcrumb. And I don't, like you said, I don't think a lot of people recognize that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. Go ahead, keep your comments coming. But I am going to wrap the show up, and I will get to your comments either on the next stream or I just answer them offline. I want to appreciate everybody who jumped on Grand Theft, Blurds. I didn't get an XR sighting, man. XR, where you at, bro? You didn't show up today. You ain't show up today. Kobe, my co-host Kobe, he couldn't make it, but he was in the chat. I appreciate everything you do, my G. I really do. Really appreciate that, man. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to donate, you can hit my Cash App. That's $Bluminati, BLUMINATI, or you can go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. You know how I like to say, man, you ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Be nice, be easy. What Kobe say? I can't even remember what Kobe say, man. But hey, enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm out. Sunny Beats.